Welcome to the Tales of the Swift podcast. I'm your host, Icebox, and we're going to get into why I decided to hire on with Swift, why I decided to join them instead of everybody else. So, to begin, it was back in 2006. I found out that I was going to be having a child, and I'd been working at Walmart and another job. I was working two jobs at the time, and I wanted to get into doing a career. It was actually my kid that kind of woke me up, and I wanted to actually have a profession and something that I could be proud of and take care of my family with. And so I decided to start looking in the newspaper. And back then we didn't have Indeed. We didn't have a whole lot of stuff like we do now. Didn't even have Craigslist at that point. So yeah, I decided to start looking at the newspaper, and I was looking around, and it was either the biggest jobs at that point, careers and or whatnot, was either sales, which I wasn't too big on. I'd done a couple things. I was good at selling stuff, but it wasn't something I really enjoyed. Then there was the medical field. There was a lot of places looking for nurses, just like there is now. Different types of medical jobs. And then you had trucking. Trucking had a huge list, and it still does. Trucking is still in high demand. It was one reason why I decided to pick trucking was because, I would always have a job pretty much. It would always be a needed job. So I was looking around. I started calling places. I was dead set on starting my career as a truck driver. And so I started calling companies. I didn't have a CDL. I didn't know what to do at that time because we didn't have YouTube. We couldn't look to YouTube for all our answers or Google. We actually had to figure shit out. So I started calling around. I think the first place I called was like a concrete, place or whatever. They, were definitely no. They were like, no, you gotta get your CDL first, get some experience. So then I think the second call was USA Express. Now, I did not know USA. I didn't know anything about trucking at that point. So, but anyways, so USA, I called them. They were talking about wanting to send me to school, but they were wanting me to go to Arkansas or something like that, somewhere way out of the way. I wasn't too big on that. I was trying. I didn't know the ins and outs of trucking and how much traveling you had to do and whatnot. So I was trying to find something in town. And then I called Warner, and Warner was like, "Oh yeah, come on down. We're right here in Dallas. We'll show you the trucks. We'll show you what you got to do. You can take a tour or whatever." So I decided to do that. I went down, did the interview and everything, and it might as well have been like trying to sell me a car. Because that's what it was. They were trying to sell me the job. They wanted me to put money down. I think they wanted me to put like $2,000 down. And I told the dude, I was like, look, man, I got a kid on the way. I probably make $2,000 every 6 months. Like, I don't make that kind of money. I got bills I gotta pay. I was like, that ain't happening. I was like, I want to do it. I really do. I want to do it, but I can't, man. I can't come up with that kind of money. So I went back home. I was excited because they let me get in the truck and everything. I actually got to see the inside of the truck, and I actually thought it was kind of cool that they had beds in them at the time. And so I went back home. I was disappointed, but I didn't give up. So next day I started calling around again because I was going to find a place that wasn't going to charge me $2,000 to actually work a job. I thought that shit was ridiculous, but it is a career. I mean, people got to go to college for other jobs, internships and stuff like that. So, but I didn't realize that at the time. So, And so next day, I seen Swift. I don't think it actually said Swift, but it was, it said they were looking for truck drivers or something. So I called them up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can get you in school. It's down in San Antonio." I was like, "Oh, like really?" And they're like, I was like, "Do I have to pay any money?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, you do." I was like, "Oh man." I was like, "Okay, well, how much is it this time?" They're like, "Well, you got to pay $150. I'm like, "That's it?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's up front. I mean, you can pay the rest of it out, though." I was like, "Well, I don't have good credit, so how's that going to work?" And they're like, "Oh, no, you don't have to have good credit. Credit doesn't even matter. You'll just you'll sign on with us after you get done with school, and you'll just pay it out as you work." I'm like, "Well, I know there's got to be something fishy going on here." So, but anyways, I did it, and went to truck driving school with Swift, and paid my $150. I think they, later on I found out that they just wanted that because they wanted people that wanted to be there and wanted to learn, and it was like your part, your you know, contribution to wanting to do it. But that's how I got started. I mean, it was just more a financial thing than anything, but I wanted to get a career going, and Swift gave me the opportunity, which was nice. I started off and went to school. I was in school for, I think like a month, and then I went out with the trainer. So that's the story of how I got started with Swift and why. And mainly for my kid, because I wanted to be able to take care of my family. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed the little story. I'm going to have more coming to you. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe or like. And you can look at the links below. Raised Energy Drink is the sponsor on these videos. Great energy drinks. If you're into that kind of stuff, definitely check it out. If you know somebody that does, they're really awesome, and you can find them at GNC. But if you buy them online and use the discount code 104, you get a really good deal on them from me. All because of me, man. So everybody take care. Thanks for watching and listening. And we'll get back to you on the next video. Over and out.